Hello and welcome. This is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion for Monday, October the 18th. This week, the articles accompanying our scripture reading is written by Tiana Sundberg. She has contributed several times before. She is a missionary of the Church of the Nazarene in the Eurasian region, and she is in Poznad, Poland. Get that out. And today we are reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 18. We will read verses 1 and 2, and then we will jump to verse 9 and read through 15. Here's the word of the Lord. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great tree of Mamre, while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to greet them and bowed low to the ground. Now let's skip forward to verse 9. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. Then one of them said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, "After I am worn out and my Lord is old, how will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." And that is the word of the Lord. The article today is titled "Laugh" by Tiana Sundberg. Honestly, I think I, like Sarah, might have laughed too. And what's more, have you ever wondered what kind of laugh it was? Was it a laugh of disbelief? Yeah, right. Oh, seriously, you're serious? Or was it a deeper, slightly bitter laugh? After all this time now? You've got to be kidding. I tend to think it was the latter. Sometimes God's timing doesn't feel perfect. Look how God responds. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Amid a global pandemic, is there anybody on the planet that does not need to hear those words right now? The story of Abraham and Sarah reminds us that God is in control, and that God is present in the passage and events of our history. For we can put our trust in God's perfect timing for our lives. Perhaps even better than God's timing is the promise of God's presence. Notice that God's promise to return at the appointed time next year follows the dialogue about Sarah's laughter. We exit the story with a strong sense that God means to fulfill every promise that God has given. Search the scriptures for God's promise today. The hymn is "O God, Our Help in Ages Past" by Isaac Watts. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. And from the 100th Psalm, verses 3 and 4. Know that the Lord is God, that He is whom made us, that we are His, and we are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving, and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him, and praise His name. And this is the daily devotion for Monday, October the 18th. Have a blessed day.